I'm going to create a very simple dashboard, just the hello world, and upload that just to demonstrate how this works. To demonstrate the workflow of uploading a dashboard to CSI web server. So I'm going to go back in here and delete index.html. So this is how that root folder would be set up by default. All right. And by the way, the first thing you want to do is click on these keys here, and there's usernames you can set up. So this is security for being able to access the CSI web server. So there's an anonymous user by default, which has read-only access. And then there is a admin. So when people visit your dashboards, they're reading them only. So they're the anonymous user. But when you're uploading dashboards from RTMC Pro to CSI web server, you need to be able to write. So there's this default admin user with an access level of all. And I'm just going to type in here password of password. I don't know what the default is. I think it might just be admin. But I'm going to say admin username, password is password. And apply that. All right, so we'll keep that in mind for when we try to upload our test dashboard. So back on the local PC, so we'll leave that open so you can see where they end up when we create a dashboard. So I'm going to open up RTMC Pro again. And you can put those RTMC files anywhere you want, but looks like by default it puts it in your working directory. All right, so we have a brand new project here. I'm just going to grab a label component and just say hello world. All right, and I'm going to save it. So it's going to save it to this default location here. Hello world. All right, and you can see there it is. There's the hello world.rtmc2 file. Now, the next thing we want to do is use this publish to web option. I'm going to delete these ones that we have here already. Actually, I'm going to delete test. Test was there from when I was running a test before. So, so by default, it used the name that we assigned to our RTMC2 file and created a website called Hello World. You can change this to whatever you want. So let's say we wanted it to just be called Eco House. All right, so keep that name in mind. Now we have to give it the host name. So that's the host name of the computer that CSI web server is running on. So there it is. There's our DNS name. We have our user ID. So that's going to be admin. And then password is password. So recall that we set those up in right in here. Admin password. And by the way, you don't have to have remote desktop opened to do any of this that we're doing on the local PC. And there are no remote folders set up. So going back to the VM, the root is an unnamed root folder. We could set up a sub website, which would then be a subfolder. We don't have that yet though. So the remote folder is just blank. It's the root. And our project file is hello world.rtmc2. All right. There's a whole bunch of other options here. which we can talk about some other time. But all right, so when we send this over, when we publish the website, what you're going to see here is that the web publisher creates a version of this RTMC2 project in a folder that is suitable for display on the web. So I'm going to hit publish website. Usually takes a few seconds. So it's publishing the files. It's creating the web-ready set of files, and it's putting them in a folder called EcoHouse, which was the name of the website that we assigned, that we named in the web publisher. All right, so it completed, and now we want to view the website. All right, so there it is. So it created a index.html file. So there it is right there. Okay, so the web publisher created all this. But in our RTMC Pro, our dashboard, we just set it up to just say hello world. All right, so that proves that that works. And if we go over to the VM and we look in the, what do they call it? The HTML root directory. Documents, Campbell Sci, CSI web server. We're going to see these are all these files that were created by the web publisher back on our local PC and then uploaded into the root HTML root directory on the Azure VM. All right, so we're successfully hosting a dashboard that is publicly available from the web. Okay. Now I'm going to take it another step here, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Okay. So I just deleted it from inside the web publisher. And if we take a look at that folder where it was created, oops. Okay, the folder is still there. I'm just going to go ahead and delete everything we just created. And it's not letting me delete the RTMC2 file because when I close the web publisher is part of RTMC Pro, so it's still open. I'm going to go ahead and close it, and then it deletes. All right. And then back on the virtual machine, I'm going to go in and manually delete all these files that were created. So it's everything except for, oops. Okay. The three things that were there before we created our website were this sys folder, the CSI password file, and then this, it looks like, I think it's it looks like a log of some sort. So we'll leave those there. So we've completely gotten rid of the website we just created. So if we try again, oops, eco. Okay, it's not found again. All right.